So as we get ready for that, you heard the update from Brian Finley that they're going to sign Jason Peters to give them some stability on the offensive line. Dak Prescott, of course, is the Cowboys quarterback. He had this to say about Tyler Smith, who's going to start for Tyron Smith. He said he expects him to be ready to play. TJ, look, they're taking on a Tampa team that has their own offensive line issues, but defensive front doesn't appear to be an issue. Yet outside of CeeDee Lamb, you don't really have healthy top-end wide receivers. What are the Cowboys going to look like when they take the field against the Buccaneers this weekend?
If you ask Dak Prescott, they don't look great. Look like $1 million. I don't believe the Cowboys. When you lose the amount of players that they've lost, and then the guys you're counting on to be pillars of your team get injured, Tyron Smith, Michael Gallup isn't ready to go from last year's injury. This is all going to fall on Dak Prescott's shoulder, CeeDee Lamb, and that run game. And that run game hasn't been that run game in years. And so what will they be? They'll be a team that offensively will have to be perfect and hope and pray that their defense is dominant. That defense is going to have to be dominant. And they have the players at every level to be a really good defense. Can Trayvon Diggs, can he get that many interceptions again this year? That it's hard. It's hard to year after year continue to get a ton of interceptions. Can he do that again? Can Micah Parsons accumulate as many sacks as he did? Can DeMarcus Lawrence stay healthy this year? There's just so many variables when you talk about the Cowboys. Yes, they just signed Jason Peters. Well, is he going to be a veteran leader? You would assume by week 3 he'll be in there starting. He's 40 years old. You got to get your legs up under you. But how is his body going to react? Not going through training camp, no off. Yeah, you've been training, but playing football is different than training. And so the Eagles should be better. The Washington Commanders defensively are always going to present a problem. Brian Dable with the Giants, they should be better. I'm just not sure that I expect the Cowboys to be what Dak Prescott and the Cowboys fans expect them to be.
Can you believe that it's been since the mid-'90s that they've had back-to-back 10-win seasons? That's kind of remarkable.
Could it be it's just a lot of parity in that division, or they just can't put back-to-back good seasons together?
You tell me. I don't think it's the parity in the division, because during that time there have been plenty of droughts for the rest of that division. And literally since 1996, that was the last time they had back-to-back 10-win seasons. And they had 6 in a row. Obviously that's when they had Troy at quarterback. So it fell apart. That was Barry Switzer had the last kind of, then he had a 6-10 year. Then Chan Gailey won 10 with Troy, and then they went through some lean years. But it's been since 1996 they've had back-to-back 10-win seasons. That to me is just crazy, considering, one, how much discussed the Cowboys are, and discussed is every year is this is going to be, could this be the year for the Cowboys? Well, they have. I do feel like this is not a year where people outside of Dallas think this is going to be their year, but they do. CeeDee Lamb's a star, Micah Parsons a star. You do have some other good pieces, and the division isn't seen as being great. I mean, I think the Eagles have probably a little bit a better roster. Just there's not the belief at Jalen Hurts in comparison to Dak Prescott. So, but it's really remarkable their inability to put back-to-back, big seasons together.
I like the Eagles to win this division. I like the Eagles to win this division just off of overall roster construction and offensively, defensively, complementary football. They can win it offensively, or they can win it defensively. And the Cowboys can as well, but when you take CeeDee Lamb away, where do they go? Where do they go with the ball? And so now this is where Dak Prescott, he's going to earn his money. Yeah. He's going to earn that contract by I'm gonna make this guy a name.
Yeah.
And who will be that guy? We don't know. But if the Cowboys play well, it will be because Dak Prescott are bringing people to our attention that we had no idea who they were. And so that's what you pay these quarterbacks, the amount of money that they receive for those moments, so you can say, hey, I'm going to make this guy a household name. And so it's a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott. You get the contract, and now when they take CeeDee Lamb, where it's 3rd and 7, they're going to double CeeDee Lamb.
Tony Pollard in the slot. Do you like the idea of Tony Pollard in the slot?
Personally, I like a receiver in the slot because that's what they're used to doing. That they're used to now. I like Tony Pollard in the slot if he's going against a linebacker, not if he's going against a nickel corner. That if you're saying you're moving him to receiver, which they say they want to try to do, no, I mean a nickel corner is going to be able to cover Tony Pollard. I prefer a receiver that's been doing it and knows how to get open and understands the nuances of route running. And so I prefer a receiver over Tony Pollard in the slot, me personally. Now, what kind of personnel grouping will that defense put out there?
Sure.
When Tony Pollard is in the slot. So if they go 2 backs, what kind of personnel do they classify that as? And maybe it's a strong safety or a linebacker, then yeah, I like that. I like that for the Cowboys, but not if it's a nickel corner, no.